Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Aviator Updates, and today I'm going to discuss about how do you study or interpret the RTR Aero charts. So basically these charts are called as the RTR, that is the radio telephony restricted aeronautical or aeromobile charts, and these charts which you can see on the screen are used in the RTR Aero exam. So basically like it's for applicable for the Indian RTR Aero exam, and this exam is given by generally pilots, some engineers like avionics engineers for testing the radio operators, and even like flight dispatchers or some operation assistant. So they also require to give this RTR exam. So in the RTR exam you'll be getting these charts, and based on these charts you have to solve the questions which will be related to the charts. So in this YouTube session we'll be discussing how to interpret these charts, okay, or how to read out these charts. So basically friends, you should know that these charts are not similar to the charts which pilots actually use in commercial flying. In commercial flying they use something different which is called as Jepson chart, which is more accurate, and the information given in it is accurate to the airports and the navigates, and that's to a more accurate level. But this chart which you can see on the screen is for appearing for your exams. And let us start the topic. Let me zoom in the exam. When you will be appearing for the transmission round, that is the first round of your exam, what you need to do is there will be a booklet which will be kept just aside of your table. So in that booklet so many charts will be given. Suppose you have seen your question paper, and in the question paper it's written that the flight which you will be considering for solving that particular question paper or question, that particular flight, suppose it's from Delhi to suppose Kolkata. So in that case you have to pick up this chart friends, which will be from Delhi. So in that what you need to do is you need to open this chart which will be having this Delhi. This is how it is written. Sometimes I have seen that the cadets or candidates who have not taken any coaching of RTR, they directly go to the exam center, and like even if they are given questions they forget to open the charts and they start solving the question now and try. But the first thing which is very important is to open the chart, and in that booklet which is kept there you have to find out the chart which is relevant to the question. So in the example which I have taken, in that the flight is from Delhi to Kolkata, so for that you have to pick up this chart. So how do you interpret that is from Delhi? So in the chart you just need to check there is Delhi, like this Delhi will be written, and Kolkata, like here Kolkata will be written. So that's how you identify which chart is applicable to you. Likewise, your flight may be from Delhi to Mumbai, so for that another chart is there. It may be from Delhi to some other location, okay, it may be from Chennai to Hyderabad, so for that there is a different chart. So accordingly you have to find that particular chart which you need to use. Now in this chart how do you interpret? First of all friends, you should know that whenever we talk about Delhi or any airport or aerodrome, you will find some briefing units of the ATC, like SMC is the surface movement control. Okay, like for Delhi airport we are having surface movement control which is at this frequency or operating at this frequency. Likewise Delhi also has a tower, okay, whose frequency is 118.1, and you can see Delhi has an approach frequency as well, this one, and this is area control center. The control frequency is also given, which is 125.55. And what is this DATS? It's your digital ATIS, automatic terminal information service. Its frequency is 126.4. so these are the different units of the ATC which when tuned, okay, you will get in contact with that particular unit. So friends, it's not necessary that every airport will have all these units. Sometimes this ground contact will not be there. Sometimes in a particular aerodrome you will have directly the tower. So when your aircraft will be standing on the ground, you need to contact the tower directly, and in that case you don't need to contact the ground which is not available. So surface movement control means the ground. Let's check some other location. See, like Lucknow, you can see there in Lucknow we are having tower, then approach, and the digital ATIS frequency. So we don't have ground over here, like SMC is not there. That means when you will be on the ground you just need to contact the tower. So by mistake do not establish contact with the Lucknow ground whenever you want to communicate anything with the Lucknow aerodrome. So that's how friends, you should be very particular about choosing to whom you should contact So to whom to contact, I hope it's clear, friends. So friends, as of now you are knowing how to find out the correct chart, and also you are knowing what all units can be there in a particular airport, right? And like all these units. Next friends, what is this symbol for? Like in Delhi, what is this DPN? DPN is the name of viewer of Delhi. Likewise, for Lucknow it is LLK. This is the viewer name of Lucknow. For Varanasi it is BBN. So for viewer, we always know that, friends, there is a 3-letter code. Like you can see 1 2 3, 3 letters will be there to designate the viewer, and 2-letter code for the NDBs. Whenever you see a circle like this circle signifies that this is an NDB location, okay, and it is designated by a 2-letter code like AP, okay. So this is the NDB of this particular zone. So like NDB, for viewer also we have a symbol. Like, can you see this symbol? This symbol is of viewer. So for Delhi, this is the viewer, and the name of viewer is this one. Likewise, let's check for something else. Like for Jalalabad, this is the viewer name, and this is the viewer station. For Lucknow, this is the viewer name, this is the viewer symbol. So this is how you identify, friends. This is the viewer symbol, and this is the name of viewer. It is identified by a 3-letter code. Likewise for NDB, how do you identify, friends? As I have told you, we have NDB identified by a circle, okay, and it will be designated by a 2-letter code like KA. So this is the NDB. So likewise, if you go to any other part of this chart, friends, you will see that like JJB is this is a 3-letter code, and this symbol is there. This symbol is of viewer, and this is a of Jabalpur. So this is a Jabalpur viewer. So friends, right now you're knowing how to identify a viewer and NDB navets, right? Sometimes you'll find that, friends, like this type of symbol along with a circle, so that will identify a viewer and DME stations are co-located, okay. Next, what else do we have? So in Delhi we have this units, and we have viewer identification. Now friends, what is this circle representing? Let me zoom in, friends. This blue dashed line, you can see this represents your control area, okay, and this circle represents your control zone, which is from ground to 5,000 feet and up to a range of 30 nautical mile, okay. And beyond that we have the terminal maneuvering area, that is a TMA, from flight level 50 onwards. So friends, I hope you are clear what is the meaning of this dotted blue line. Dotted blue line represents your control area, okay, and this dotted circle represents your control zone of this particular NDB, of this particular viewer. So for Varanasi viewer, the control zone is here, okay, and regarding it is from ground to 5,000 feet is your control zone. From 5,000 feet to 10,000 feet is your next ATC unit. Generally, when you apply the takeoff power, and unless you reach 5,000, somewhere around 5,000, you contact the tower, and above 5,000 feet to somewhere around 10,000 or 15,000 you contact the approach, and above that you contact the control. We'll discuss more about this, friends, in my next session. Let us go ahead. Coverage, we can say, of this station is from the ground to a level of 5,000 feet. 50 means the 5,000. So what is this 30 nautical mile, friends? 30 nautical miles is the horizontal distance from this station, okay, to which this control zone area is applicable. That means control zone is applicable from the ground up to a level of 5,000 feet and a distance of 30 nautical miles, okay. So 30 nautical miles is not much for the plane flies. It's because the plane flies very much faster. So next, what you have is TMA. TMA stands for terminal maneuvering area. So the terminal maneuvering area of Delhi, it has extended further from 5,000 feet onwards, and it's to the TMA. So let me zoom out, friends. You can see that the terminal maneuvering area of Delhi is up to a range of 200 nautical miles. So this 200 represents, so from here till the range of 200 nautical miles is your TMA, okay, for Delhi. Next, you can see, friends, these black solid lines which are coming from this station location. So these black solid lines, they represent your ATS route, okay. Like suppose you are going from Delhi to Kolkata. So here is Kolkata and here is Delhi. So in that case, you to go from here, there is your route which you are going to follow, the ATS route, okay. So this 112 is your track, okay. Like you can see 112 degrees. So there is a small viewer station by the name SSB, that is Sikandrabad, okay. From this viewer, the next viewer is this one, and as you go ahead towards Kolkata, from Delhi towards Kolkata here. Likewise friends, here instead of 112 you are having like this 114 as a track, and it's going, and the name of this route is Romeo 460. So this is the path which is being followed, Romeo 460. And if you go ahead, this path is continued ahead, like you can see Romeo 460 going ahead like this, and from here Romeo 460 came like this, and by following this path Romeo 460 leads to Kolkata. Like this is the name of Kolkata VOR, CEA. Okay, Charlie Echo Alpha, this is the name of your Kolkata VOR. So this was the route which we have followed for coming from Delhi to Kolkata. So I hope friends you are knowing what is this Romeo 460. So this is your ATS route which you had used for coming from Delhi to Kolkata. Likewise different routes can be there, like Whiskey 52 is there, Romeo 581 is there, 581 is there. So different routes can be there. Hence what did we learn? We learned that these black colored solid lines represents the ATS route. Next friends, there is something called as FIR. So FIR is flight information region. Like in our country India, we have few number of FIRs, like Delhi FIR and Mumbai FIR is shown. In this green solid line, as you can see here in this green solid line represents the FIR. Okay, so if you see this green line, this side of the FIR is your Delhi FIR, and on the other side of this green line is your Mumbai FIR. Likewise, if I go other side, this side of this green solid line is your Delhi FIR, and on the right hand side of this green line is your Kolkata FIR. So friends, FIR is the flight information region which segregates, or you can say which separates the zones, like Delhi FIR region and the Mumbai FIR region. Okay, so friends, I hope you are clear what is FIR. So FIR, like we are having Delhi FIR, Mumbai FIR, Kolkata FIR, Hyderabad FIR. Okay, so different FIRs can be there, and you can see those or identify the FIRs by means of a green solid line. Next, what about this blue solid line? This blue solid line represents your terminal maneuvering area. Like for Delhi, it is extending here, all this is your Delhi terminal area. Likewise for, let's check for Kolkata. So this is your Kolkata, this is the terminal maneuvering area, TMA of the Kolkata. Okay, so this blue solid line, this thick blue solid line which you can see, this represents your terminal maneuvering area of Kolkata. So if you are at this point here, suppose you are at this point, so at this point you are under the Kolkata terminal maneuvering area, you can contact Kolkata. Suppose you are at flight level 250 at this point, and in this case you can contact the Kolkata control at frequency of 120.75. okay. Next, what else do we have friends on this chart? You can see some small black colored triangles, or solid black triangles. You can see like this one. These are called as the compulsory reporting points. Okay, so at this point you have to provide your position report. Suppose you are going from Delhi to Kolkata. Let's take the same example. So when you fly and you reach this point, okay, so at this point, whatever would be the position of a plane, you have to inform it to the concerned ATC unit. So you can see likewise on this chart, a number of reporting points are there, compulsory reporting points are there, wherein you have to inform your position to the ATC unit. So friends, I hope you are getting what all is given in this chart. So friends, let us quickly summarize what have we discussed today. Today I have discussed about this RTR Aero chart, which will be given to the candidate whoever is appearing the exam. Okay, so in the exam you need to find out the suitable RTR chart. Suppose the flight is from Delhi to Kolkata in the question paper, so you have to pull up that particular chart. So I have taken this chart from Delhi to Kolkata. Likewise, you will have other charts for other airports, like from Hyderabad to Chennai or Mumbai to Hyderabad. So different charts will be there for different flights. Okay, so in this example I have taken the chart in which I have considered that the flight is from Delhi to Kolkata. So how do you interpret this chart? So I have told you that friends, for every airport there will be certain briefing units or units of ATC, like ground, tower, approach, control and digital ATIS. So each of them has their own frequency, so you have to tune into their frequency. Okay, what else have we discussed? We have discussed that this symbol is of VOR, and it is indicated by a triple letter indicator. Next, we have discussed that we have NDBs, also non-directional beacons, which are identified by circles and they are designated by a two-letter code like K, okay, like AP for Allahabad, NDB. So likewise, NDBs will be identified by means of circles. Next, we have discussed that what is this dotted line. This is your control zone up to 5,000 feet. So that means the coverage range of this control zone is from ground up to a range of 5,000 feet, okay, and up to a horizontal range of 30 nautical miles. That's why 30 nautical miles is written here. Beyond 5,000 feet, do we have something? Yeah, we have from 5,000. You can see this 50. So you can see this from 5,000 feet up to the terminal maneuvering area. Okay, we have the other units of the ATC to whom we should contact, like the control, okay, or the approach we can contact beyond this. So this TMA can extend, like how do you identify the terminal maneuvering area? By means of this blue solid line, as we have discussed. So this blue solid line is indicating the control area of Delhi. Likewise, we have discussed that other airports also will be having their own terminal maneuvering area. So the terminal maneuvering area is indicated here by blue solid line. For Kolkata, you can see there is a Kolkata region, okay. Likewise, for this Patna, this is the terminal maneuvering area, okay, in which the coverage range, okay, or jurisdiction of the Patna is applicable. Next, what else do we have? We have the routes, like you can see this Romeo 460, Romeo 594, okay, and on this track we are having 311 track for the Lucknow, okay. Like from Delhi, if you are following this track, if you are changing from this track to this track and following this route, you will go to some other route. If you are going from Delhi to Kolkata, example which I have taken, okay, for that the route which you follow is Romeo 460, and then that's how we come via these different units, okay. What else have we discussed, friends? We have discussed that there is a green solid line. This green solid line represents the FIR, like Delhi FIR and Mumbai FIR are segregated by this green solid line, okay. Likewise, for Delhi and Kolkata, okay, this is the FIR for Delhi and Kolkata, this green solid line, okay. So this is the whole Delhi area and this is the Kolkata zone, okay, or Kolkata FIR zone. Next, what else we have discussed? So friends, what are these are all the routes, like whiskey 10, whiskey 20, and now what is this N standing for? Sometimes you'll find S also. This N stands for north, and if S is written like this, whiskey 20 S, S stands for south. It shows you the direction, like this route is showing you whiskey 20 for the north direction it is showing, and this is showing the route direction for the south, so it's showing this whiskey 20 for the south direction. That's why it's showing S. So this letter N and letter S, whenever you see on the route thing, it represents the direction of the route. So friends, I hope you have got some information about this RTOW chart, how to interpret it. If there would be any doubt, please feel free to comment below and I would be happy to answer your doubts. So stay tuned, friends, keep learning, keep enjoying and enjoy this topic, and let's meet in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.